Welcome to All About Health and Wellness. I'm Dr. Kevin Usry. Thanks for coming back and joining me. We're here at the studios of Podcast Junkies, brought to you by Ben Castro, my producer extraordinaire, and his partner, Christian Perillo. You've got to really come and meet these young men. They're fine producers of bringing your message to the masses. If you want to get your message across to as many people as possible, call Podcast Junkies. They're located right in Boca Raton. I imagine you can find them on the internet, and take my advice, you won't be sorry. Today we're going to talk about what we do at All American Wellness. We are chiropractors, and when you mention chiropractic, people have some sort of thought in their brain that, oh, those guys do something with your joints, some sort of adjustments. And yes, as chiropractors, we are concerned about helping your spine function better by reducing subluxations in your spine and ensuring that your nervous system is functioning optimally. Subluxation. Boy, that's a mouthful. So what is a subluxation? It's a common problem, as common as plaque on people's teeth. And that needs to be looked at and dealt with every 6 months, right, with your dentist. Cavities are what the dentist primarily treats. Subluxation is what the chiropractor actually specializes in, and it's the most common thing treated in a chiropractic office. So picture this in your mind. You have 33 bones in your spine. They're stacked, one on top of the other. In between each bone is a disc. 25% of your height comes from those little cartilage pads between each of those 33 bones that are located in your spine. Those bones in the spine have a special name called vertebrae. And let me imitate a vertebrae. I have to rotate, I have to bend to the side, I have to bend forward and bend backwards. And when I'm no longer able to do that, either because of automobile injuries, slip and fall injuries, sports injuries, bad postural habits, well, that's what causes pinched nerves. Subluxation causes pinched nerves. You pinch nerves, and your brain is no longer able to get all of the information from your body part, wherever that body part may be, and tell that body part what to do. So imagine if you have an interruption in the communication between your leg muscle and your brain can't tell your legs what to do. Well, then they won't function normally. This is very common. This is a very common problem we see in our office frequently. Dysfunction is what chiropractors treat. So we're a functional clinic. When you have a functional problem, it will interrupt your life and ability to do things that you need to do. It's not life-threatening. We let the life-threatening problems of disease and pathology be taken care of by the medical profession, and no one does it better than they do. But when it comes to a functional problem, you need to see a chiropractor to help you through this. And in addition to the musculoskeletal or structural problems, we handle other things at All American Wellness. And let's take a screenshot over here so you can see the 6 interferences to optimal health. What is it, Ben? The 6 interferences to optimal health. My producer extraordinaire is working on remembering that word, interference. So it's not a permanent disability, it's an interference, which means it can be addressed and you can recover from that with the proper treatment. So we look at these 6 factors that seem to interrupt people's optimal health. We all want to function at optimal health. We want to have great energy. We want to have a great attitude. We want to be able to consume the foods that we do without any problems with our digestion or it affecting how we're thinking and how our brain functions. We want to be able to do our exercising, go to different places and enjoy life. And when we have optimum health, that's what happens. You enjoy life to the fullest. So I'm just going to touch on some of these for a brief moment or two. And at some time in the future when we have another show, we'll go more in-depthly into them. But let me talk to you about the first one on the very top, allergies and sensitivities. Such a common problem. I see them daily in my office. It's one of the things that leads to migraine issues. It can cause brain fog, it can cause fatigue. They're very, very common. Most people think about allergies, they think about runny nose, runny red eyes. Not only that, but all of the things I just mentioned, feeling bloated, feeling tired, feeling cranky, in some cases having a hyperactive reaction. Some people get anxious, some people get depressed with allergies. Many people get migraines. Imagine being able to take a migraine and not have to go to a pharmaceutical with all its dangerous side effects, but be able to naturally get rid of these. And I am telling you, we see them and cure them daily at All American Wellness. Let's go to our next area. Why don't we go over to emotions? Because those work hand in hand with how our brain functions. Did you know we have chemicals in our brain called neurotransmitters that give us our sense of well being? What's a sense of well being? I feel good about who I am. I feel good about where I am in life. I'm not anxious. I'm not depressed. I'm not obsessive over different things that are probably not that important. I have normal chemistry in my brain. That can happen when we have allergies and sensitivities. That can happen on the other side of the triangle when we have nutritional deficiencies. Some of these nutritional deficiencies are so impacting on how we feel about ourselves in life. They affect our emotions in a detrimental way, and there's no need to have to take medication. If you have a mental health disease, we'll leave that to the psychiatrists. But if you have a functional problem, we can straighten out your biochemistry, get your neurotransmitters working normally. So once again, you have that sense of well-being that is so important to enjoying life optimally. As we talk about nutrition, years ago when I was in undergraduate working on my bachelor's degree, one of the weeding out classes that they make you go through is organic chemistry. If you don't pass organic chemistry, you don't get to be a doctor. So you have to study very hard. And one of the things that I was impressed upon with organic chemistry, it's like the body's cookbook on how it makes chemicals that are so vital to your function. And wouldn't you know, most of the ingredients that I would see, many of them were B vitamins. And most of the patients who come in with these issues of allergies and emotional dysfunctions are short on many of the precious B vitamins, such as riboflavin, thiamine, niacin, pyridoxine, B12, folic acid. All of these things are very critical for a person to function normally. So we address these things. Nutritional deficiencies can affect everyone, and they're certainly important to take a look at. Now let's go ahead and take another look at those 6 factors. So we talked about allergies and sensitivities. We talked about emotions. We've talked about nutritional deficiencies. Let's talk about something you carry with you every single day. Some of you even go to sleep with it, your cell phone. Electrical pollution is a very real problem in this country today. It can affect our function. It can create interruptions in our cellular well-being and cause all sorts of different disturbances in the body. They could be structural disturbances that affect the muscular cells in the body. They can affect our visceral organs and how they function. And we at All American Wellness Center have devices you can place on your cell phone so you can get all of the advantages that those cell phones bring to your life and not have to deal with any of the negative effects that occur when there's not a proper filter on that powerful electromagnetic wave that comes out of the phone. All you have to do is bring in your cell phone. We'll show you how it's affecting you detrimentally. We'll show you what this device can do. It's very inexpensive, somewhere between $35 and $50, and it will protect you from all of the effects of electrical pollution. It's not just your cell phone. It's your computer, your tablets. It's the Wi-Fi that you have in your house, the 10G Wi-Fi. All of these electrical waves can have detrimental effect on your body if they're not used properly and they're not screened properly. The last thing we can talk about are toxins. In today's society, we're always talking about GMOs. And these are foods and products from the farms that have been genetically modified so that they can withstand drought, so they can withstand certain bugs and certain diseases that can affect the crops. But some of the things that are used on these GMO foods can have a very detrimental effect on our bodies. They're toxic. They can lead to chronic diseases and even cancers. And we have to be careful about these foods that we take in. We at All American Wellness will screen you for those issues and address them right away so that the foods can do what the foods were meant to do, give you proper nutrition and help you function as optimally as you possibly can. We help to detoxify your body by using certain devices in our center that will show you evidence right before your eyes how these toxins are coming out of your body. We use cold laser therapies. We use ionic foot baths. We use different nutrients to bind these toxins and pull them out of the body. It's really quite marvelous what we're able to do. And last but not least, structural problems. Structural problems are just what I talked to you about before. Structural problems are things that affect our spine and nervous system. What was the word? Subluxation. We screen for subluxation. There is no other doctor in the country that does that except a chiropractor. So when you come into a chiropractor's office, you can be sure that doctor is going to screen your nervous system for any dysfunctions that you may have as a result of subluxation. In our office, we check every one of your muscle groups for function to make sure that these muscles are helping your spine function at peak efficiency. So many people come in who have issues with shoulder problems, elbow problems, wrist problems. Maybe they're having problems in their groin, in their knee, in their ankle, and their feet. By checking all of these muscle groups that help support these joints, we're able to target right away where dysfunction may be occurring in your arms and legs, in addition to your spine. Every chiropractor is going to check your spine, but applied kinesiologists are the ones that check the entire body and the musculoskeletal function of that entire body. We not only check the muscles, we check a specialized tissue called fascia. Checking these fascial tissues is very critical about how a person is going to function and be able to exercise and enjoy life to the fullest. So those are your 6 interferences to optimal health. If you think you may have one of those problems, that's not a big deal. Just come to our office, spend 15 minutes with us for free, and let us talk to you about the things that are concerning you the most about your health. Let us start that screening process of optimal function evaluation and tell you where certain problems may be occurring and solutions for those problems. Now, our fees are very affordable. We also have payment plans that you can go on that will fit every family's budget. And it's really smart to just check things out. Don't be afraid. Be proactive. It won't cost you anything, just 15 minutes of your time. And we're more than happy to help you reach optimal wellness at All American Wellness Center. This is Kevin Usry. I'm coming to you again as a result of being sponsored by All American Wellness and through the efforts of Podcast Junkies. You'll see us once a week here on Thursdays. We start at 5 in the morning and continually have this available to you on Thursdays through Spotify, through Apple, and through YouTube. It's been a pleasure being with you. If I can answer any of your questions, simply give us a call and see if you can talk to Dr. Usry. I'm one of those few doctors who will call you back and answer any questions that you may have that are concerning you. Once again, thank you for joining me. I wish you well and I wish you good health. Thanks again. I'll see you next week.